In this session, I'm going to cover my rent-to-own package that's sitting on top of the Groove platform. If you're not familiar with Groove, it's a killer CRM platform that does a lot of capabilities all in one box. Members, blogs, pages, funnels, and much, much more. There'll be a link in the description below. If you're not familiar, you could check it out. I have a free copy for you. If you're a Groover and one of my rent-to-own clients, this video is really for you because you already have the rent-to-own package. And now I'm going to show you how to personalize that package to your business to drive leads to your market. So let's dive in and let me show you what's inside of the package as well as easy ways to make changes to personalize it to your business. Okay, inside your Groove system, to get to the package, you're going to go to Groove Pages. So across the links here, you're going to find the one on the left, which is Groove Pages. You could also use the menu and go to Groove Pages here. And they also gave you these 4 dots to get it over here. So they have a lot of different ways to get to the applications inside of Groove. I'm just going to click the quick links for Groove Pages. The first thing you're going to see is all your sites that you have in your system. You may only have one, the rent-to-own package I gave you. I have multiples as I'm building my real estate business for agent attraction. I'm building membership courses for my clients and so forth, all in one platform here. Each site contains multiple pages. So what I'm going to show you here is you want to hit the edit open and I'll show you the organization of a site. So inside the site, the very first thing that's going to pop up is the main page. This is the page that somebody is going to visit when they hit your domain. So this is the rent it, love it, buy it. I have this off the ProEdge rent2own.com. People will come visit this page and we'll take them through. I'll give you a quick lay of the land. So at the very top, you have your page name. These are the different devices, so you can see what your page looks like on different devices. And this is a critical toggle here. If I have mobile highlighted and this is off, then only the changes I make here will apply to mobile. If I turn them all on and I make changes here, this is going to apply to all devices. So best practice, I like to make my changes at the desktop and work down to the mobile. It makes it a lot easier. What you have here is a undo and a redo. You have a preview mode, so it'll open up a preview of the page. You can see what it looks like as you're doing testing. There's a save button. Best practice is always save. As you're making changes, put it a best practice to always save periodically so that you don't work for hours and then your system crashes and all your changes went away. So try to save on a regular basis. Then you have your publish, and I'll cover that towards the end, publishing. And I do have another video on my channel where I talk about bringing in your custom domain, so make sure you watch that video. This is the exit button, so if I want to go back to all my sites, I hit the exit, and then I can drill back into a site that I want to work with. So the first thing I want to show you is on the left-hand side in the menu is the menu for this site. You have blocks, so you can do checkout pages, lead magnets. There's all kinds of pre-configured blocks inside of Groove to put on the page. You have elements, things like columns and text elements, buttons, media. You want to put a video on or an image on your page. These are all the elements that are inside of Groove. And once you get familiar with Groove, it's a very powerful and easy way to lay out pages here. Then you go to the next one, which is the pages. So my rent-to-own program is designed to have a full-featured sales funnel to take somebody from they're interested in rent-to-own all the way through becoming a client for you. So in here, the first one up here is rent-to-own. That's the main page they visit. If they have to come back because maybe they didn't qualify the first time and they want to come back to qualifications, I have a pre-qualified page that is just more simplified page just to go through the requirements. Not ready is for those people in rent-to-own that may have a credit score under 550 or they don't make at least $30,000 in gross income in the household. And with our rent-to-own partners, that's the baseline. So I may take them to a part of the chatbot or on video ask to say, sorry, it looks like you're not going to meet it. And then I'm going to send them to this page. I tell them that we're here when they're ready, and hopefully they bookmark this page. They can retake this qualification test with a button here when they go visit that page. The page name is not ready, so it'll be your domain / not ready. This one is pre-qualify. The next steps page is where I send people at the end of the video ask. So if they've come through the video ask rent to own flow or the chatbot and I want to send them a thank you or to a page, this is where I'm going to send them. So it's a thank you. They can retake their qualifications. There's my phone number. They can schedule a call. I have Calendly attached here. See Homes takes them to my website. And then here's my footer and stuff. And I'm going to show you how to change these buttons and the bars and stuff to make it easy for you to personalize it for yourself. So hang on that. The 404 page, I discussed this on my domain video that's on the channel. 404 is a message that happens if somebody mistypes the URL when they're trying to find you. Instead of this ugly page coming up saying page not found, Groove lets you design a page of what it looks like. So I made this nice, fun little page. It looks like the page can't be found. Maybe it was moved. And then I have a back to home button that will take them back to my main page. So it's an easy way. If they misspell it, I'm going to get them back to my main rent to own page. Then we have down here the what I call the trust videos. These are designed to drive people to a landing page that's going to talk about a specific topic on rent to own. So I have an overview of programs. What's the timing to get into a house? What credit scores do I need? An income? Can I get in with a record? What type of homes do we buy in rent to own? The idea of these is it's in a 10-day drip campaign. And what I do is I tie this to a email sequence that fires in my KV Core system. And if you don't use KV Core, you use a MailChimp or another system out there, a Chime or what have you, you could build a drip campaign in your CRM. And in the emails, I do have on our shared drive all the emails that I wrote. So you can just simply copy and paste them into your CRM. The idea is an email goes out when they come in. They're going to get an introduction email. And then every day for the next 10 days, they'll get an email from the CRM. The email doesn't give them a lot of details, but it drives them to the landing page for the day. I have found this to be a powerful, powerful drip campaign. What I find is a lot of my rent owners are watching these videos. These videos are part of my YouTube channel, and I'll show you how to change the videos. In fact, I'll just do it right here. When you click on a video here, you're going to want to change each one of these out in addition to the color codes to your video. So if you hit configure, you'll see that I have this going to a YouTube channel, and that's my video ID from YouTube. So you get that right in your YouTube system. So make sure that your YouTube videos are inside of this page. You could also change the thumbnail right here inside of Groove if you have a different thumbnail you want to use in the system. And you could also change the button style. I use orange, so if you want a different style here, you can simply pick your color, and you could actually put your hex code in here by selecting this orange and typing in your hex code and hitting this checkbox here. So that's the basis of these drip campaigns. Email going out, driving them to a landing page. The landing page is a video of you talking about the subject. So you become an authority in rent to own in your marketplace. My buyers are loving this, and my renters. They feel like they're educated. And when the time I call them and we meet, they feel like they've known me for a long time because they've been watching each one of my videos day in and day out, learning about the rent to own. The home requirements is another link that I'll send if I want to just gather buyer requirements for them, what kind of home they want, how many beds and baths. But I'm also going to show you 3 additional pages that I built for you for the partners. My idea here is once we have a rent to own client that is approved, I'm going to have a email or a tag I put them in my CRM, in this case, KV Core, that will fire an email congratulating them for getting approved, in this case for Trio. Now, what I've done is I've created 4 short videos for my Trio clients to watch. The first one is what makes a qualified home for Trio. And I want to let them know what kind of homes are we buying and where are we buying them. The next one down is the home shopping experience. In this video, I share how to use HomeSnap and gives them some tips and tricks around how to shop for homes. Further down, I have offer to close. So what are the expectations when we put offers in, and what are the steps and things we have to do for Trio all the way to them getting the keys for their home. And lastly, the fun part, I have a video ask, which is the same as the home requirements. I put my video ask right here on the page for me to gather critical information around how many beds, baths, do they need a garage, a fenced-in backyard, a finished basement, and so forth, so they can give me the details right through the video ask. Now, while I'm here, I'll show you how to put video ask here on the page. I have another video on my channel where I go into more detail, but on this page, for example, there's the little gear here, and there's a piece of code from Video Ask that you're going to paste right here. So if I pop over to Video Ask, what you're going to do is you're going to come over here to your flow, and you're going to come over here to the Share and Embed section of Video Ask. You'll come to the Embed, you'll say Copy, and then you'll come back over here, and you want to get rid of my video and simply paste your video right here and hit Save. So now when I do it, it'll bring in the other video. Now this is, I just took my existing video, so it's still my face here. But you definitely will want to put your videos, your buyer videos on this page. If I come over to pages again, I made one for Trio, for Landis, and HPA, Home Partners of America. They're the three that I represent here in the Philadelphia area. If you're only using Home Partners, that's fine. If you're using Divi, you can, over here, there's a, with the three dots, you can say clone, and you can basically clone this page and make it a Divi page. And then you'll just simply grab this logo, configure over here, you'll change out the logo, choose a different image for Divi. You'll change all your footers and colors, and then obviously change your videos for the Divi explanation instead of Trio. So that is basically what's inside the package. So let me come back over here. I want to show you a couple other things that you want to do to make it easy for you to personalize. If you come all the way down to the footer page, most of the page is not personalized to me. It's generic. You can leave it as is. Now, if I just come back to the top here, if you have a different color scheme, you want to come up here to the header and maybe change this blue to a green or maroon or whatever your color scheme is. So this is where I want to point out the hierarchy of the elements on a page. If you want to change the image, you click on the image, and then over here there's a configure button. You can choose a different image here. In here, there's an upload button, so you can upload a different image. So I'll take this Smarty the Realtor image I have here. And this is a section, this is a little learning that I had to do once I started using Groove. When you first click on it, it brings it in this section. You could edit, delete, and then this is the upload button. So it's not in the system yet. You have to hit this up arrow, and it's going to upload that PNG to your library. So you see I have lots of images on my page already. I'm going to click Smarty the Realtor, click Save, and then that'll put that in that area. So once you put it in, that's how you're going to change your image, and make sure you hit the Update button, and that'll put your logo or picture in that header. Now, if you wanted to change this color, a different color here, in fact, let me do it down here on the footer because I want to show a few other things. So down in the footer, if you want a different color for the footer, what you want to do is down here, there's a hierarchy. So if I click on LinkedIn here, this is a favicon in a container on a 3 by 3 by 3 layout on the section in a container on a block. So basically that's the hierarchy. What you want to always pay attention to is where are you on the page in the layers, if you would, you know, what you're clicking on. So you can go on the block level, and over here on the background is the color picker. So let's say that your color is a green. You could either pick from the color here, or if you know your hex color, you can click on this green button here next to the hex, and down here you could type in your hex color, paste it in, and hit this checkbox, and then that'll bring in the green image. So that's the first thing you're going to do, make it your color codes. You'll change out your logo by clicking on the logo, and at the very top, configure, get rid of EXP, and put in your logo. So we'll put in Melinda's logo here, and I'll hit update. So now I have Melinda's logo on the page. The next thing we want to do is we want to handle these social media links. You don't want to send them to my social media links. You want to send them to yours. So you got to click on each one of these. Here's LinkedIn. You double click on the URL, put your URL in, and hit save. You'll come over to Facebook. You'll come over to Instagram, and then I have my YouTube channel. If you don't use Instagram, if you click on this, there's a little delete sign. You could delete right here. You could clone and make another icon. Let's say you want to put Twitter on there. You can clone the icon. And then in the favicon, Groove has all the favicons for all the social platforms. So you can get a Twitter image to go there as well. So go ahead and change all your social media. And finally, over here, you have your contact information. This is easy. It's just a text box. So go ahead and put in your name, company, email, and phone number and such for your contact information. Now, this is where one of the tricks are that I'm going to show you. So every one of my pages in my package, and now I'm up to, I think, 15 pages, has this footer. Rather than you making this change on each and every page over and over again, what you're going to do is you're going to come all the way down here and you're going to go to the block level. So make sure you're at the block after you make all these changes, and this little star button right here. Click on the star and you can create a new category, and I'll just call it my footers, right? Or my sections. You know, if you're going to do multiple sections, you may want to create these as multiple sections. You can create a new block or an existing block. I'm going to create a new block in the My Sections section. So I click Save or Create Block. So now that block has been saved. So now let me show you how to speed up things. But before I do that, let me show you how to publish this once you're done. And then we'll go to another page and I'll show you how to pull in this block. So you hit Save, always hit Save. So now we have a personalized footer for you. You come to Publish, and over here you're going to say, I want to publish it to my domain. So whatever domain you have, you'll pick it. And if you have a custom domain, you'll say Custom Domain. You'll pick your domain here. So I'll pick a different domain here. And then I'm going to say it goes to the root. So the main page should go to the root location. So when they type in your domain.com, that page opens up. Now down here is this red bar. This also took me a little while to get used to. There's 3 links here. This one here is the publish. So I click publish, and that's going to publish the page to that domain. And it usually takes only a few minutes. And now that domain is live on the internet so people can hit it. This is a go-to, so you can click on it and go right to that domain to see if it's working. And this is a share copy link, so you can share it and copy it around. So that's it. So now let me hop over to a different page and let me show you how to use this. So let's say on the day 2 page, it still has that blue EXP Smarty footer. You don't want this footer anymore. Rather than designing all this again, you want to come to the block at the very bottom. You want to hit the trash can. So go ahead and hit the trash can, and that gets rid of the footer on that page. You're now going to head over to blocks over here, and on the blocks, we should see my sections that you just created, and there's that green footer, and I drag and drop it right to the bottom. So now on this page, I have my footer with my contact information. Now, the other thing I want to point out is based on the layout of the page, and the footer, it may not be spaced properly. So what I suggest you do, instead of spacing the footer, is click up here in the section above it and go to that block down here. So you see how it's highlighted in red, and come over to the spacing, and then you'll hit this down arrow and say make a little space on the bottom so you can move the footer down a little bit. So now you have a nice page with rent to own, day 1, and it has my custom footer on the bottom that makes it mine. You could do it to the top up here, although that doesn't make sense because there's text in every single landing page for day 1 through 10. So there you're just going to go in and change the colors. If you have a different background for your company, you want the header to be in that different background, you can make the change on each and every page. But I hope this helps. A very easy system once you get used to Groove, and this is just the beginning with rent to own. Stay tuned for construction, sales funnels, and landing pages. We're going to rock it in 2022 as partners. If you're interested in joining our program, click the link below, get your copy of Groove, Reach out if you have any questions at all. I'm here to help you, and let's make this a spectacular year in 2022.